But so Henrik is being driven to this place of, I am a part of the community, but I feed on the community. And this is a crash point. And I've talked about before how my therapist has told me.
It has often been said, mostly by those who have little stake in this game, that when one has a hammer, everyone's teeth look like nails.
Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and to all of our non-binary friends. And welcome to this, a brand new day. Son of a gun. Yes, indeed. And I was asked just the other day in comments if that thing that had been up on top of the duck head had been a lamb. But no, it's a piggy. It's a piggy puppet. It's old, it's dirty, it needs to be washed, but I can't just throw it in the wash. I'm afraid it'll come apart. But it's a piggy puppet. Hello. Hello, I am no ventriloquist. Hello. Yeah, you can see my throat moving. Anyway, though, it's just a piggy puppet, and it's a cute piggy puppet, and that's all. Yay! Oh. Anyway, though, I forgot to take my guanfacine last night, but I've also been talking to another person who... they were just saying, no, that's entirely the wrong thing. They even use it for PTSD, but I don't have anything like that, so yay. But of course, front-loading of videos, if you could toss me a like, that'd be very cool. If you could subscribe to the channel, very awesome. If you could leave me a comment, very, very cool. And if you could become a patron, like one of these beautiful and awesome people that are literally beautiful and literally awesome, that would be literally beautiful and literally awesome. These people literally help to keep me alive. My pets, myself, and all that. It is a good thing, and I thank you so very, very much. If you could become a patron, that'd be very awesome. But of course, if you do not wish to, that's cool too. But the links are in the show more, wherever the video description happens to be. Yay, front loading of videos over. Yeah, so I didn't take my med because the only thing it seems to be doing is lowering my blood pressure, so maybe I should take it for that. But I just keep falling asleep in the afternoon, and I don't seem to get any other benefit out of it. Aside from the lowering of blood pressure, but that should be a medical doctor thing, and not my psychiatric med manager thing where I'm supposed to be dealing with my ADHD. So, yay. So I forgot to take it last night. Don't know that it's going to make any difference at all. We shall see. Thumbs up. But because my ADHD is again unmedicated, I am unfocused, but doing my level best. And yesterday I did have a small bout of falling asleep again, but largely I was able to stay awake. It's mostly unfocused life again. I'm bouncing from one video game to another, and never focusing the amount that I would need to. I mean, I beat a game, Dead Island, while I was on ADHD meds. That was awesome. It usually takes me years if I ever beat a game. This, I got it done. I can't do that anymore. It's gone. So I'm just doing my best and enjoying myself with what I can and playing some fun ones. There are some very cool games and revisiting some old games. As a quick aside, something that I didn't write down on my topics list so that I could remember things. This morning, Civi11, the YouTuber, came out with another video on one of the games that I absolutely love. It is a game called Outlaws by LucasArts from way back when, like 1997, 1998. And so it's one of the late wave 2D sprite first-person shooters, and it's a Western, and it's awesome. And toward 2/3 of the way through, Civi started making jokes about, child murder. Just the occasional thing, and then was going, oh, and then there's child murder. It's like, I'm feeling uncomfortable from all this talk about child murder. Can we please stop about talking about all of this child murder? And then with more child murder coming up, and then ending the video with, oh boy, and remember, what this thing says is, remember to always murder the children. Oh my God, am I going to end my video on that? And then the credits rolled. I laughed out loud at that point. I have an edgier sense of humor at times. I am very wholesome in a lot of ways. I also have a very dark streak throughout me. And then I have that really dark part of me that just laughs over this whole thing that he was going on about child murder. So thumbs up on that. I'm not a total like edgelord person, but I do enjoy dark humor, black humor that way. Always felt my entire life, and I still feel this way now, that humor, while it has a place just to be comforting, also needs to be pushing and pushing. If you're making comfortable jokes that just make people feel comfortable and happy, you're maybe not doing it right. You need to be pushing at the envelope sometimes, and that's one of them. Joking about things that really shouldn't be joked about, but because they're so grim and dark, it's funny as hell when you manage to do it. So that's a vision of my sense of humor there. So thumbs up on that. Hopefully, I mean, nobody watches I can't say nobody, because if you're watching this right now, you are somebody. Very few people watch my videos. Even fewer watch them all the way through. I don't know that talking about child murder is going to get this demonetized, and if it does, if it even makes a difference. Thumbs up on that. And then I went for walkies last night, of course, and that's a good thing. I continue to exercise and do my very best to stay as healthy as I can. Yay! And so it's not like I've done nothing over the past, 4 or 5 days. I've actually made that appointment for my health, so I've done stuff, and that's good. Yay! I have also tried to be as creative as I possibly can, and I have got an itchy spot right on the edge of my nostril, and I don't know if it's just because I'm thinking about it. If you've ever noticed, when you think about like, oh, I've got an itchy spot on my face, so you start thinking about that, you get more and more itchy spots. That's because you think about it, and because you're thinking about it, you're more aware, and because you're more aware, there's more blood flow, which causes more itchiness, which causes more awareness, which causes blood flow, which causes itchiness. So just becoming aware of something can start a cycle. I only needed to have one small itch for a moment there to start thinking, oh gosh, I wonder why my nose is itching, to suddenly my nose won't stop because of the attention inside of here. Yeah. But anyway, let me talk about this if I can remember. There was a thing while I was on walkies last night. I passed by a dog, and for a moment there, it had me ruminating, because what makes me pleased about living on this world is how I can intersect with other beings without actually interacting with them. And we share a space for a brief moment, and then things pass by. They're gone, I'm gone, and our lives continue. Critters doing critter things. And as just another species on the face of the planet, I include the things that people do as critters doing critter things. Because I was walking on the sidewalk by a school, and there was a dog. I didn't want to bother the dog. I didn't want to interact with the dog. Also, I went off the sidewalk into the parking area of the road and walked there while the dog was doing its thing here. And so it could see that I was not a threat. And it kept doing what it wanted to do. It was doing its little critter things. I kept doing what I was going to do, doing my critter things, and we passed by each other. And you may say, well, great, you walked by a dog, but think, you passed by that thing. There are so many things you could or could not have done. What are the odds that you did pass by this? What did this dog have to do for its life to be at that particular spot at that particular time? And then my life, what did I have to do to be there where our two lives intersected? What were the odds of just our intersecting right there? Minuscule, vanishingly small. But it happened. And that's cool. And so by passing by, it was just, I feel good about being a part of the web of life during times like that. Like when I'm out walking and it's dark-ish and I can see a moth coming my direction, and I know right then it's half a block away, but if I don't stop at some point, that moth is going to go whap right into me. And I'm right. If I don't stop, it will, because I have had to stop and they go boop, 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 right by in front of me, and then I continue walking again. What are the odds that that moth what are the odds that they had to do? What did they have to do to be at that point, right there in time, where the two of us intersected? The odds are just overwhelmingly, vanishingly small. It's good to be part of the web of life. And on the other hand, some of the things that I've been thinking about is further stuff about, of course, the razor's edge and all. I've been thinking a lot about Henrik and Issa. Henrik, of course, being the doppelganger who has a stare down with the kaiju at the end of the rampage and then lives. And just is, at first, going, why did I do this? Why did I do this? And oh yes, later I am a part of the community, and then I am a monster. I am no better than this thing. Henrik is going through this roller coaster of emotions, leading to a very dark road that he's lucky to get off of. But he's on all this not because he chooses to change. He is making organic changes, but they're changes that are forced upon them by these various waste gases emitted by the kaiju that is just drugging everybody. But so Henrik is being driven to this place of, I am a part of the community, but I feed on the community. And this is a crash point. And I've talked about before how my therapist has told me, and I have used this technique myself, and you can use this technique as well. You have to be able to change the narrative inside your head. Change the fact. No, you don't change the facts. You change the interpretation and context of the facts so that you can make a different narrative out of them. What do I mean by that? In this particular case, Henrik is seeing himself as a monster. And Henrik does not want to be a monster. And so Henrik is seeing himself as a monster, while at the same time trying to see himself as a good person, and they don't fit. And this sort of dark trail can lead to very bad places that you might not survive. I've been in that place where you've got the two forces, they don't work. I'm working as well on that with my Lemonhead story, where there's the character Dark Mask, who is innocent, but was there when Lemonhead died, and so feels that they did it. And being that bad person whom also Lemonhead thought was their best friend, this smashing together, he doesn't survive it. He drinks himself to death because he can't reconcile it. He can't change the narrative in his head. Henrik, in this situation, is able to change the narrative as they're thinking about it, as they're talking about it with Issa. It becomes, what was I told about the life of a doppelganger? From people who aren't doppelgangers, I've been told that the humanity of a doppelganger is a carefully constructed facade that the monster hides behind. And I have thought of myself as that my whole life. But who has been telling me this? Non-doppelgangers have told me this. And I can tell you this is not true. The humanity that I have been showing is not a facade that the monster has been hiding behind. The humanity that I have been creating is the person underneath the monster. I have not been creating a facade to hide behind. I have been chipping away at the layers of monster on top of me to reveal the person I am underneath all of that. I have spent these last 80 years chipping away at the monster. I am not a human being, but I am a man. And that saves Henrik. Being able to change the narrative. Yes, he has to feed on the community. He cannot change that. But even before he made it to Apple Rock, he had stopped excessive feeding. And when he got to Apple Rock, then the extrinsic factors of the kaiju made it real. Would he have been an actual just doppelganger, or would he have become a person had he not settled in Apple Rock and had all of those compounds working on him? Hard to say. I don't know that personally. But Henrik made it through this dark forest, and there's going to still be work. It's not a, oh, I did it binary on-off switch. No, he's still going to have to be working and thinking on this because he still has to eat human beings. And that's a tough one. But still, it's nice to know that some of my characters are able to make it through the dark forces that I'm pushing them into. It's nice to know that when I kick my characters into the alligator pit, some of them are crawling out the other side. It's not just a bunch of fat alligators down in the pool. So, it's good to know some of them make it out the other side. Thumbs up on that. And of course, I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. Going to go through and thank however many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. Lately especially, it is barely more than 0, but anything more than 0 is awesome. Thank you each and every person that does leave me a comment. It is appreciated. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. And even though I can't American Sign Language, well... but let me call up my Chrome, and we have Hank I can't even read anymore. ULTIEMEPOTVIS, whom was talking about a reaction video saying this hurts to watch. And yeah, a lot of my older videos when I was unmedicated and hadn't gone through enough therapy, I was badly broken. We have Lily_KOI, thumbs up, thank you. Blade, greatly appreciated, and I shall do my best. Jesse Koskinen, I can see where and why you would think that Dusk looks like both Fallout and Half-Life. I can see it hard, thank you. We have JAYY, thumbs up, and thank you very much. And yeah, I bet it is a part of the whole running with the pack talk, heavily correlation with human stuff. A lot of the cosmic horror stuff I've been working with is it's my subconscious trying to deal with how life is being worked out so that I can make sense of it. So yeah, I bet that's true. We have Painted Horse, greatly appreciated. And then there is Ben B, thumbs up and thank you. And that is it. 7 people who left me comments in the past 24 hours. Greatly appreciated. Get me out of my head and into the world and dealing with real people. If only short period of time, and if only in text. Thumbs up and thank you all. Ooh, itchy. And of course, don't know what device you're watching this on, but hey, if you could check out the various links, I've got a Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and that'd be very cool if you could check them out. That'd be a definite thumbs up. I mean, I need help. If you could become a patron, that'd be very awesome. I do have a PayPal link if you check that out. I got an Amazon wishlist link. That'd be cool too. Be very cool if you could check those out. Of course, don't feel obligated. I don't feel entitled, so thumbs up on that. I'm trying to change up my videos here because I've done the same thing for so many years. It's time to change the way they are. I'm going to continue trying to do the things that I can do. I'm going to continue trying to be creative. I'm going to continue trying to make phone calls that I need to make, so thumbs up on that. Hopefully you can get done the things that you need to get done, and you can be as creative as possible at that same time. It would be a good thing. Remember, do not should on yourself. Try to say, I would like to do something instead of I should. Because when you should on yourself, it does not make you feel good, and it does not help you get things done. And of course, with the covfefe bug raging, please take your precautions, be smart. You don't want to inhale infected lung butter. Wear a mask when you're around others, because it only takes one person who's infected not wearing a mask, and suddenly everyone's getting sick. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side. And I do think that that is, in fact, a very good idea.